Welcome to the study group's quick take on 2016 convenience store fuel. My name is Ben Selleck, and I'm here with Dr. Jed Brewer. Jed, what happened with the convenience store fuel this year?
Well, Ben, it was a bit of a mixed bag. Wanted to look at November 2016 data and compare that to the year ending November 2015. And you can see from a fuel gallons perspective, it was actually encouraging. Fuel gallons on a per store per month basis were up over 3.2%. And that was terrific to see, particularly because fuel gallons have been in a steady long-run decline since 2007. They bumped back up in 15 and then climbed again in 16. But the drawback was pool margins were down over 7% year over year. And 2015 pool margins were one of the best on record. So having a aggregate pool margin of 21 cents a gallon was still a pretty good year, but it did make for a tougher year than 2015 from a gross profit dollar perspective, as fuel gross profits were down about 4% year over year.
That's interesting on the national level, Jed. Do you want to just take us through some of the regional numbers to see what happened a little bit more locally?
Sure, Ben. If we look at the various regions that are across the U.S., you can see in some areas fuel gallons declined, such as the Midwest and the Central region. And then in many of the regions, fuel gallons were up year over year, that being the Northeast, the Southeast, the South Central region, and even the West. So some areas down and some areas up.
So how about the margins?
From a margin perspective, there's quite a bit of variation. If you look at the West, it's about 30 cents a gallon is what retailers are earning out there, which most people across the country would be thrilled to have. But then you go to the South Central, which is Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and you're only getting about 18 cents a gallon margins last year. And if you look at the year-over-year change, pretty much every region, save one, had declines in margin. Which one didn't? It was the Southeast, and retail margins were up over 0.6 cents year over year, or 3.4%.
So nationally, we saw gallons up, margins down. Everyone, as a nation, we didn't make as much money on gross profit dollars in fuel. So did any region actually make money this year, more money this year on fuel than the previous year?
That's a great question, Ben, and the answer is only in the Southeast region. And I think that's interesting. Southeast saw 8.4% increase in fuel gross profit dollars, where the national was down, as we said earlier, about 4%. I think a lot of that was owing to the supply disruptions around the Colonial Pipeline. And I think what that shows you is sometimes in moments of stress, like the Colonial Pipeline, have advantages when you come out on the other side.
Well, thank you, Jed. That was good and informative. If you'd like to find out more, you can visit us at studygroups.com. There you can learn how to share and collaborate with industry peers in one of our over 50 petroleum marketer study groups to help accelerate your success. Thank you very much.